I'm Jeff Nischwitz with Think Again Coaching, and I'm here today with Jim Verdonick, corporate and securities lawyer, business advisor, author, newspaper columnist, internet entrepreneur educator, and I understand looks really good in a loincloth, which we'll hear about later. Jim is at the crossroads of technology, finance, global commerce, media, and the law. We're sitting here on the set of www.elearnsuccess.com, which is Jim's internet business, and we're going to learn about the story and how this all happened. Thanks for being here, Jim.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for coming.
Well, you know, Jim, I always like to start people with an easy question. So I'm asking the age-old question of which came first, the chicken or the egg? I know our audience wants to know.
That's a trick question, Jeff. I always eat the bacon before either the chicken or the egg.
Actually, I want to know how you got here, because from what you've told me off stage, this has been an interesting journey that I'm not sure there's probably anyone in this country that can match. So how did Jim Verdonick go from the beginning to lawyer to entrepreneurial educator?
Well, I can assure you it was under no plan. I've always considered life to be an adventure. If you do one interesting thing, then it'll lead to other interesting things to do. I graduated college in 1971. That was an age where everyone was exploring. So my first adventure after college was a Peace Corps. I taught school on a coral atoll in Micronesia. The island was about maybe a half a mile long and a quarter mile wide. So I ended up exploring every inch of that damn island. So after spending a long time on that damn island, I get back to New York City. What am I going to do? I arrive at Grand Central Station at dawn because I took an overnight flight from the West Coast. Thousands of people are coming out of Grand Central Station. I hadn't seen more than 100 people in a year. So here I am. What am I going to do? I start driving a taxi cab in New York City. Now, I grew up in New York, but when you drive a taxi cab, you see the city from a different side. That was really exploring reality. I recommend everybody drive a taxi cab in New York City for at least 6 months. You'll learn a lot about human nature. And did that until I went to law school. Didn't particularly want to go to law school. Didn't want to be a lawyer, but my sister did, and she kind of goaded me into taking the LSATs. And even after I took it and did some applications, I wasn't sure, and actually ended up flipping a coin and decided to go to law school. I actually saved that quarter for about 10 years, and then I accidentally spent it. So I'd like to be able to pull it out of my pocket, but then,
Well,
but then you know I'd made it all up.
Television.
But then you know I'd made it up.